Welcome, guys, to Avocado Meat TV. This is Jerry, or Avocado. I'm here with Enrit, also known as...
Brett Harris. I'm the guy that runs the regionals here in Lubbock, which today, right now, we have around 123 attendees coming through. And that room is somewhat full. It's currently 1:21 p.m. and we haven't even hit Street Fair 6 yet, so it's about to be a fun one.
Yeah. So, Enrit, let me ask you, I guess, first off, how did you end up, I guess, here? Because from what I've seen, it looks like you've been doing this for a while. How did this start, and what pushed you to get this going?
It hasn't even been a while. If you can even believe that, I started this April of last year.
Wow.
So I haven't even done these for like not even a full 2 years, more like a year and some months instead. So yeah, but this has been the 8th event I've ever ran, period. At least one that I've organized and all that tournaments. I mean, I've ran a couple just either here in Amarillo. I helped out with Low Tide City as a stream runner. So I've kind of been around. I've slowly been getting my name out there, but otherwise I've just been more helping out with the community as a whole. But the way that I got interested into this was that it was around January of last year. I think it was 2023. That was last year, right?
Yes, yeah.
Okay, good. My sense of time is all screwed up.
Same.
Yeah, so it was last year, January 2023. I was bored. I was playing Third Strike. I was playing Tekken 7. I was getting more interested, but I always came from an esports background.
Okay.
I was fun fact, I was even in my high school Rocket League team, and we actually got 10th in the state of Texas because of that. So
Wow.
That's always been fun. But yeah, back to the topic at hand. I went up to Amarillo randomly one day because I saw that they had Third Strike. So I joined the server. I said, "Hey, you guys doing a Third Strike tournament around January?" And they said, "Yeah, come on through." So I was like, "Cool. I'll just get in my car. I've never taken it out of Lubbock ever. Why don't I just drive it? And if the car breaks down, cool." The car didn't break down. I went there, and this was Tengen's event as well. Return of the King. I did horrible in there. I got 0-2 and everything. Did horrible in Tekken. Did horrible in Third Strike. But I also picked up Strive over there, and that's where my love of Strive became to develop. Was that pretty much we were packed in a small room, and he was only expecting around I think around 15 people to show up, because this was the first event that Amarillo FGC had ever done past COVID.
Oh,
so
okay,
you gotta
okay.
consider this was hey, we're finally back here,
Basically a refresh for everybody.
Basically a refresh. So he expected around 15 people. He got 30, and most of them were legit watching from outside the venue through the windows.
Oh. Okay.
So it was absolutely packed. So afterwards, after I did that event, I was like, man, that was really fun. I wish there was something here in Lubbock, So I tried looking high and low. I looked everywhere. Couldn't find nothing. Absolutely nothing. Not even not even the regionals right now. Not even this was here. No events whatsoever. And I was just like, okay, cool. I guess I'll just do it my own then. If you want something and no one else is doing it, just pull your bootstraps and do it yourself. And now we're here.
You had a little bit of a Thanos moment. I'll just do it myself then.
Right? Yeah. I mean,
Yeah. It's crazy to think that, because I would have assumed you've been doing this for at least 5 years. For the amount of how fast you're able to put things together, how smooth these events run. What does it mean to you to go in that short amount of time to almost the attendee cap of 125 people here?
It's a lot to think about, because the very first event I ever did was Hub City Throwdown. We only got around, I think 11, 12 attendees, but every single event was single digits. The most was Strive with 9 people,
Oh, okay.
And funny enough, I needed 20 to make my money back, so I ended in the red. I did not make my money back at all. I actually ended in the red that day, and I was like, okay, I guess, well, crap, because I knew nowhere else to really start free locals either. So I was just like, okay, cool, here, I'll just do my second event, Heatwave. I'll do that randomly. I'll see what's there. So, I started up Heatwave, and I actually got strategic here. Street Fair 6 had released 2 weeks before Heatwave.
Okay.
So here's what we did. We only did 3 events there. We only did Guilty Gear Strive, Tekken 7, and Street Fighter 6. So the order was that at 1 p.m. it was Tekken 7. At appearance 4 p.m. it was Guilty Gear Strive. But we did like on-site registration. So what you did was that, you know, you paid at the door. So you pay $5 for registration, $5 for game entry, you know? And I remember that night specifically because I was like, huh, this is kind of weird because I was noticed that we finally made our money back. Like we hit the positive. Like 20 people signed up. We still need the money, of course, but 20 people had signed up, and it was just kind of across the board. Like there was like 5 for Tekken 7. There was 9 for Guilty Gear Strive, or I think around 8 around there. And then I remember this vividly. I went to sleep seeing that Street Fighter 6 was at 14 people. So I go to bed, and I wake up the next morning, and it says there's now 22 people signed up.
Okay.
And I was like, okay, this is weird. What do we do here? So I kind of just let it go, and I'm like, let's just see what happens. Why not, you know? So I let it go through, and we end up at around 26 people for a Street Fighter 6 tournament for pretty much that happened 2 weeks after release. And that's the first time I ever saw that room packed, because it went from like a couple people in like that room to like, this room has some serious depth. So then I started to get serious with it. I started looking at periods like strategies. I started doing all of that, and we're kind of just here now, you know?
Yeah, that's a good thing. It's honestly very impressive. From a little bit from my background, where I come from, this does not exist. Like this is almost non-existent. Like growing up where I'm from, esports, anything like that at the time, like 2012, 2013, as I was becoming like a grown-ass man, it basically doesn't exist. It's so much easier to access now. With how smooth things are going from here, what is your goal for the future? Because you've done so much in only a year and a half. What is your plan?
I wish I could tell you. I really wish I could tell you because that question will actually be answered tonight during our announcement.
Okay. We'll save that.
Pretty much, yeah. So I think the only hint I can give you right now, though, is that I think a big goal, and I'm going to repeat this whenever I do the announcement, one of our biggest goals is that looking at the West Texas region and seeing how we compare it to other cities like El Paso, Dallas, and all that, because I've traveled to Dallas, I've went to Austin, like I've seen those scenes and just see like how they operate, and it's so much more than what we have here. Like the best way to describe it, the events that you see here are almost bi-weekly in Dallas. So these events are not really special to Dallas people, but to here, it's kind of the only place where you can find like a lot of events in one area. But in places like Dallas, it's kind of uncommon, truly.
Yeah.
Like people will just do it, and they'll get around like 150 people. Wow. But of course, for us, I mean, you know, West Texas is kind of a weird region. You know, I mean, we're kind of like lumped in with kind of like the Panhandle. We're not really a major city. Like Lubbock sure has around 300,000, 400,000 of a population, but a majority of people here are coming from Albuquerque, from Houston. A lot of them are coming from Amarillo. A lot of people are just coming from all around the region. So something that I want to really do is that whenever it comes to the question of what's my plans for next year or what's my overall goal, I want to unite the entire scene. Like I want to make the entire region feel as equal as one, you know? Because I wanted to feel like that no matter where you go, you get this experience no matter where you are, you know? Because I don't want people to feel like they have to travel, you know, 300 miles to this event just to get a one-of-a-kind experience, you know?
Yes.
Realistically, and what I've always kind of like told myself, and it could always be like, was it like successor's guilt? Is that what it is? Where you feel like you took like someone else's spot?
Yeah, I guess you could call it something like that, yeah.
Yeah, so I kind of have a little bit of successor's guilt with it because it's so weird seeing like other regions around here, you know, like try their own thing and not really do anything, where it's kind of like, I'm just doing the basic stuff. Like what I'm doing is kind of just like I personally don't feel like it's like crazy. Like I don't feel like I'm jumping through hoops and all this stuff. I'm not doing CEO. I'm not like doing like a main stage, renting out a hotel. We're kind of just upstairs in a card shop, and we just got 125 people because, you know, we're steady, we just run good tournaments, and we just keep it on track, and we give everyone a good time, you know?
Yeah,
and
so consistency is key, is what you're saying.
Yeah, consistency is absolute key.
Yeah, that's perfect. I don't want to make this interview a little too long. I know you're a busy guy. Our event has not even started yet. We're gonna be a long time. I guess to wrap it up with a question. Fighting games in general, what does it mean to you, and how would you spread that message towards people who either are veterans or have never touched a fighting game in their life? What is the best thing out of that can come from you?
The best thing out of fighting games? feels more personal. I mean, coming from me from like my esports connection, you know, I've always played Rocket League, and I also even played Rocket League a couple times. Like, I don't even play anymore. Like, I think a couple years back, I was technically like a platinum, like right below like grand champion, but never reached that. But one of the downsides to getting like events organized like that is that most of the time you need two other people on your team. You know, you need just a lot of preparation on the get-go to even get people to your bracket, you know? So you have to set up teams, you have to get all this, and you notice that Rocket League and other esports team, they'll try to do locals like what we're doing, regionals like this. It won't work because no one wants to get outside and do that. Yeah. Fighting game players, though, it's more personal.
There's definitely a drive that no pun intended, but I've met people who are out of state that are coming to compete in your events.
Yeah,
like
and
from New Mexico and such. So
yeah,
what you're saying is, I believe you.
Yeah, and it's pretty much that drive to improve yourself. You know, like you're not like looking at kind of like other people, or you're trying to talk to other people of like, hey, can you do this? Can you do that? It's pretty much like, okay, what can I do better in this scene? What can I do in this situation? How can I win this round? You know, it feels a lot more personal, and that's why these events are so much easier to run. Is that you really just need a controller and yourself. You do that, you play. It's free to enter. Anything goes. That's one of my favorite formats around here. Is that like, I mean, shoot, like you won't even find that in stuff like the NFL or even like NBA. Like the best way to like describe these events and why I love this so much is that it's unpredictable, but yet it's competitive. Because imagine if you had like a thing where it's like, you know, like like the playoffs for like the NFL, right? And you had like the University of Alabama join randomly, and it was just that open, like that's what this feels like, you know? Is that you got the people that you would never expect like to join ever, just pops in, they play, and pretty much the majority of the time, you see them go 0-2, but sometimes you get special moments where secretly they've been good this entire time. They get to see it and they're like, cool, I can't wait to play more. And it develops a community from there because you got people playing each other, playing over and over. They're like, hey, how do I get better? How do I do this? It's a sense of community that I don't feel you can really find anywhere else whenever it comes to fighting games. Like, our experience is our own, and we love to share that experience with other people. It's so easy. It's just, we love to share knowledge. Just, that's what makes the community so great, like in that sense of why I love fighting games, why I feel they're so special because of that, you know? You can just do your own thing, and you can support other people alongside it. I love that.
Good luck to anyone else trying to top that answer, because wow. Well, this has been Nret and Avocado from Avocado Meat TV. Where can we find you, Nret?
You can find me on mostly Discord. I like Discord a lot more. You can also find me on Twitch and YouTube, where we're currently streaming the event, and you can also find the VODs on there.
Okay. Thank you all so much.